The Midnight Club franchise always stood out from other racing games because it was a true open world racing game. From the inception of the series at around the late 90s, it has always been a game where you get a full open world city and the races are just checkpoint based, you know, the shortcuts and everything. If you compare this to Need for Speed, which are games where, for example, if you have to turn a corner, they'll sort of block off this street. In Midnight Club, if you want to just race in a completely random path, you can do that. You know, you probably lose the race, but there's that freedom to it that has never been explored in other racing games. So Midnight Club LA was a really, really good game, but I don't think that we'll ever see something as good as far as racing games go because, well, gaming has just evolved too much for its own good. If we had a Midnight Club game nowadays, it would just probably be microtransactions to buy cars and probably have to have an online mode and probably a fucking battle royale mode as well. So sometimes it's just good to appreciate the things that were good when they were good and accept that they're over. Midnight Club LA actually even holds up nowadays. You know, it's not 4K or anything, but the handling is good, gameplay is good, and if you compare that to even modern games such as Forza Horizon or the Need for Speed series, which was always the competitor of Midnight Club, but in my opinion never measured up to it. The Midnight Club games offer great customization, a lot of cars, great soundtrack, and the story is decent. A lot of racing games nowadays, you seem to be some hero rookie who like defeats the cops and becomes a criminal and has to prove himself. The Midnight Club stories were more grounded and just based on racing. It doesn't need to be like an action movie, you know? Anyway, Rockstar Games recently purchased Codemasters, who are the developers of Dirt, so they have some racing game talent in their house. Who knows, maybe we see another Midnight Club. Personally, even if they did make one, I don't think I could be very excited for it, just because of the direction that the gaming market has gone. But we will see. For the moment, I recommend picking up this game, especially if you have a next-gen console like Series X backwards compatibility. Just relive some of the greater days of racing games.